This is 5 Minute Feng Shui, episode 43, The 8 Corners of Luck. Welcome to the 5 Minute Feng Shui podcast, where each week I talk about how to move energy and make money. You'll learn how to create a prosperous home and an abundant life using classical Chinese Feng Shui. I'm your host, Katie Weber, publisher of the Red Lotus Letter, Feng Shui Easing for Wealth. Each week, I'll cover Feng Shui topics that can help you improve your life, share inspiring stories, and always end with 3 easy-to-implement Feng Shui tips that you can put to work right away, and usually in about 5 minutes. Now let's get started on the 5 minutes that could change your life. Hello there. I'm so glad that you are with me today, and I am talking to you about the 8 corners of luck in Feng Shui. You know, a lot of folks think of the 8 corners as separate parts of your life, but they're also the 8 parts that are the luck in your life, because without health, it doesn't matter how much money we have, we're going to feel terrible. And if we don't have friends and we live in isolation, that's not living either. We have to have these 8 essential ingredients really to make up a life that feels full of good fortune and inspires us. The 8 corners of luck are basically, they're related to the different directions and corners of your home. And they're all related to these aspirations I was talking about, those things that make our life enjoyable. Aspirations like love, health, happy families, opportunities, and income, all those things make us happy. It's not just money, but those are the things, the ingredients that give us a satisfying life. And the aspirations, or these corners of luck, are each tied to a different direction, such as the north or the southeast or the west. And these can be seen on the Feng Shui Bagua, or the map. Now, in classical Feng Shui, we often translate that Bagua from an octagon or like a big stop sign to a tic-tac-toe grid. So it's 9 squares. So it's the 8 corners and the one in the middle, which is the center. So, but we're going to talk about those 8 corners in particular. So to know how to use that bagua or the lo shu square, either way, if you want to work with an octagon or a square, it's completely up to you. It's important that you understand what direction your home faces. Now, most homes have a door that faces the street. And once you know what direction your house is, when you look out from the front door and you measure with a compass, just a standard camping compass that you can buy at any hardware store or camping store or outdoor store, you can turn the bagua to line it up with that corner. So for instance, if your house faces southeast, then you would turn that octagon to the southeast, and now you know where all the corners correspond with your home. Now this varies. This is different than the type of feng shui a lot of people practice here in America. I am talking about classical Chinese feng shui that's practiced in all of Asia. So they don't recognize that the front door is north or the front of the house is north. The classical Chinese feng shui recognizes the actual corners. So if it's northeast or southeast or north or west or whatever the actual direction is that your house faces. So if you would see, if your house faces west, you see that setting sun each day. So you would line up the bagua with the west corner. So, and the bagua, again, is this map, and you can actually print them out on to a piece of transparency. This is what I like to do. Put that on a transparency, and then you can overlay it on top of the diagram of your house, and it makes it so much easier to see this way. So just a little hint for you to practice, or when you want to understand where your corners are, to print out a bagua on a transparency. It really helps. And so now, once you understand that your door is facing east or southeast or south, that helps you to understand where the actual corners fall. So really important that you know actually by the compass, and don't worry, we don't want to measure where north is. We want to understand the directions as they come into your house. So very important thing. And it's also important that you always energize all corners of your home. That will bring you the best and brightest opportunities and help keep your life harmonized, balanced, and keeping you feeling happy and fulfilled. Because this is the point, right? We want to feel fulfilled. We want to feel like we have a really full and balanced life, and not that we're all work and no play, or all health problems or relationship issues or whatever. We want to have all those things that make life worth living. And that's true even if you use personal feng shui, and that you know that a particular direction is better for you than another. Let's say, for instance, there's a thing called your qua number, and you can find the qua calculator on my website under the free tools, and you can determine what your number is, and each number corresponds to a different direction. And don't obsess too much about personal feng shui, because it can get people to where they ignore different corners of their home, because those corners are not especially helpful for them. But we really have to have all these corners activated and alive in order to have that corner of our life activated and alive. So always keep all your corners activated and harmonized. That doesn't mean that you have to be in that corner all the time if it's not your success corner, for instance. But this is how we get a balanced life. Always activating the 8 corners of your life. This is good for everyone in your home and gives you the best possible luck and good fortune. And that's what we're here about, right? That's what we want to do, is activate our lives. There's a lot of people that talk about that. You want to make your home a sanctuary, and they want to talk about being, just you're always in a state of harmony. That's called being, in a state of yin. We want to be alive. We want to be energized. You don't want to be in a church all the time. You have those moments of contemplative thought and prayer and meditation. And we definitely want to have those places in our home. That would be your bedroom, that you want a little low energy, but we want to have an energized and activated life and home. Very important to understand that difference in the types of feng shui. So always activate them. Now, when you're enhancing your 8 lucky corners, it's very important that you avoid adding water or plants in bathrooms or bedrooms. You should also avoid activating a laundry room or a bathroom, a garage. Instead, you want to activate that corresponding corner of the living room. Very important. Activate the corresponding corner of the living room. So let's say you have a bathroom in the east corner of your house. Well, you're not going to go in there with all kinds of plants and activate it. That is not classical feng shui. This is a place where we have waste and body waste and dirt and grime, and we get clean. And you don't want to go in there and activate that kind of energy. Instead, what you want to do is activate the east corner of the living room. And this is called the small Tai Chi and the large Tai Chi. And what you can do is use your living room as sort of like a smaller version of your whole home. So I always recommend living room activation if you have a garage or a laundry room or something like that in one of these corners. So you don't want to activate that if you're in or you just don't want to activate it. If you've got a bathroom or a laundry room in that corner, you're going to want to activate the living room. So it's really important that you understand that. So if the east corner is a bedroom, you're definitely not going to go and put plants in there. It's a very, it can be very negative and be harmful for relationships. It can cause relationships to break up. It can cause health problems. So very important that you follow those recommendations. So let's start talking about each of the sectors and what they relate to. So the north sector is your sector of income. This is not the wealth sector, so be clear about that. This is about career, opportunity, and your salary. This is the money that you earn. We often think of the southeast corner as the money corner, but the north corner is, like I said, this is where you get promotions, where you have business opportunities, you have career advancement, and the southeast corner, or the wealth corner, is related to accrued money. So that would be things like investments and stocks and savings and retirement accounts, which we need both of, right? We need money coming in and we need money accruing. So we've got two money corners to activate. That's the money coming in and the money we want to grow. So you always want to be thinking about the money coming in as well as the money that we want to grow. We'll talk about that in a moment. So let's talk about the North sector as it relates to career, opportunity, and income. This is what you want to activate in with water. So a picture of a fountain, a waterfall, or even an aquarium placed in the north corner is excellent feng shui. Really nice to add there. And you can also paint if you want to use to activate with color, you can paint the north corner with blue or purple or even some black colors if you're really daring. You want to also add images of fish or figurines of fish, or even shells are excellent to place there. Metal colors like silver, white, and gray, or gold, and metallic objects are very auspicious in the north corner because they're about movement and energy, and metal makes water. So it's very harmonious, and it makes that north sector produce more water energy, and that means more income. So that's how we want to activate that north corner. Now let's talk about the northeast corner. This is the corner of education and wisdom and also decision making. The northeast corner is the corner of knowledge and education. It's the corner of how you think. It's what you think. And this corner is directly related to studying and education and writing. So when you want to feel inspired and have a sense of satisfaction and a well-being and to make good decisions, it's wise to enhance this corner with earth objects like stones, crystals, or globes of the earth like we used to study in school, right? We always have a globe on the teacher's desk. Now, the colors that are related to this corner are yellow, beige, or taupe. They enhance this corner and can help ground your mind. If you're finding you're having a hard time thinking, if you have a problem making decisions, or maybe the decisions that you've made haven't been successful, this is really important. So you can help this corner by just adding good lighting here because it energizes the earth energy of the northeast. So if the northeast corner is missing and you have family in school or children in school, they may not progress as well as you might like, or they may have problems with tests, or they have difficulty with their grades. So, and you may also have problems if this sector is missing with thinking clearly or making good solid decisions for yourself. You may find that's more difficult, and you may also find your life is plagued by small mistakes that clear thinking would have corrected. So absolutely enhance that corner. Now, if it's missing, then what are we going to do? We're going to activate the living room corner, right? The northeast corner of our living room, we're going to activate with those elements. Now let's talk about health, because there's no wealth without health, right? And that's all the domain of the east corner. This is the corner of luck as it relates to health and family relationships. The east sector is the sector of health and happy and harmonious families. Difficulties in this sector can severely affect children, especially the oldest son. This is because the east sector is related to the oldest son. So if you're having difficulties with the oldest son, then you're going to want to look what's going on in that east sector. Do I have a bathroom there? Is there, a big air conditioning condenser or something like that? If you have problems in this sector, it can cause the family not to grow or to represent disharmony and family squabbles. Oh, and likewise, if your health isn't up to par, we want to look at problems in that east corner of the house, the living room or your bedroom. What are some of those problems? It could be a kitchen, it could be a bathroom, it could be a garage. You want to add things in this corner of your home or living room that are going to enhance that health energy. And that could be plants, are an excellent energizer. Even wood furniture is an energizer. Pictures and images of trees or plants and flowers. Fresh flowers are a great way to enhance this sector. Another way to enhance this sector is to use the element that makes it grow, which is, how do we make plants grow? We water them, right? So you can add blue, black, or purple colors or water elements here, like seashells or figurines of fish or an aquarium or even a little fountain. These are all excellent ways to enhance the luck of your east corner. Now let's talk about that second money corner that I was talking about, the southeast or wealth and prosperity corner. This is the corner as it relates to money that you have, like in your IRAs, your retirement accounts, your investment accounts. This is the one that a lot of people talk about, and they worry about, but it's really the income sector, the north corner that they're really what they're most concerned about, which is the money in the door. That's the money week in, week out, month in, month out that we're talking about. But of course, we want two kinds of money, right? We always want two kinds of money: money that comes in and money that grows. So this is the southeast sector, the corner of money that grows. And now, when this sector is missing, you may find that you have a hard time making your money accrue. Bills, seem to just come in, and you can't seem to get any money to grow. Your savings account, you get some money in there, and then darn if you don't have something to come up that you have to empty out the savings account. And we don't want that to happen, right? We want to protect that money, so we want it to grow. Now, the southeast sector is also the sector of the oldest daughter. So if this sector is missing, the oldest daughter might have difficulty in her endeavors or doing well. She may feel frustrated or ineffective in her life, and you could also have really problems with your hips or legs. This is also the sector of hips and legs. Now, because this is the corner of small wood, adding water elements here and plants is a great way to activate your ability to save money and grow your wealth. And this is a great place if you want to add a little fountain, an aquarium with some happy fish, a lovely image of fish or water scenes. Even some pretty flowers are great here, like an orchid. Orchids are great for adding career energy and money from that career. So keep this corner protected and energized to give your life some financial cushion, which we all want, right? We want that. We want to have that nice, soft bank account to fall on if we ever have a rainy day situation. So when you're looking at colors, though, greens, blues, purple, and black are all as auspicious colors for the southeast corner and will help grow your money. All right, let's move on to the south sector. This is the sector of fame and recognition. This is also the sector of friends. This represents your success and recognition luck. So when you're at work, do you work like a dog and nobody pays attention? You're waving your arms, hey, somebody pay attention to me. This is the corner that we want to activate, because it's also the corner of material success and the ability to enjoy what we've worked for, right? So it's not just about, getting your name in lights. A lot of people call it the fame corner, but I like to think of it more about enjoying the material rewards of your hard work. And that's like nice vacations, a nice car, pretty house, that kind of thing. That's what we want. That's what we want in terms of making our lives enjoyable, right? And but let's talk about how it can affect you. It can affect you in a variety of ways, like problems, like I said, getting a recognition, like for your hard work at work. It's also especially true if your family is involved in a business or ventures that are dependent upon recognition and marketing. It's also possible that your reputation or family name could be hurt or your social life damaged if this corner is missing, or if it has, it's a laundry room, something like that, because this relates to fire. This is the element that relates to material rewards, success, and recognition. So we want to enhance this corner with images of the sun, images of birds, red colors. Now, of course, you don't want to go overboard with red colors, though, because a little bit goes a long way. And we are talking about fire energy. And a little bit of fire is great. It burns a candle. It keeps us warm, but too much burns down, hundreds of thousands of acres out in the West every year, right? So if you want to add a little red color, just a little touch goes a long way. So like a red lamp, a vase of red flowers, maybe a red object or two. This can enhance your corner of success. Also, big pictures of social settings. Like I'm trying to think of, is it Monet or Manet that has the images of like bars from Paris scenes where you see all the people in the park. things like that, that's a really good way to enhance this corner for recognition. And if you want to have more friends and do more things socially, it's a great way to activate the south corner of your living room or your home. And it will add some fire energy that helps light up your reputation, helps you gain more friends, have and also get some recognition for work that you do and for your standing in the community and all your efforts, in addition to helping you get those nice things that are kind of fun, those shopping trips, vacations, and those things that just make it fun in life. Now let's talk about the southwest sector. This is the corner of love and marriage. It is also related to the woman of the house, the matriarch, and romance. So whether you're single or married, this still relates to romance and love. Now, if this sector is missing, the luck of this area is affected. This person usually is related. This relates typically to the woman of the house. This is the relationship sector. So if it's missing, sometimes your relationships and your love relationships are hindered. Not only that, but the luck and effectiveness of the woman of the house is reduced if this corner is afflicted or missing. And by afflicted, it could be a bathroom, it could be a kitchen, it could be a laundry room, something like that. It also affects the luck of any females in the household. You may also see that there could be problems with infertility or stomach or abdominal issues. If this sector is missing for a single man, that means that looking for a relationship or a suitable mate might be hard, because the woman or the love energy in the home is actually missing. So how do we activate this corner? You can add lighting, crystals, and red objects to stimulate the southwest corner. It's also good to help revive love relationships or to attract partners to singles and bring happiness to the woman of the house. Yellow colors, beige, red, pink, orange, and purple, these are all great colors for this corner. Other enhancements could be pairs of objects. So if you want to enhance your love life and you're single, add some pairs of objects. I really like a pair of vases. It's a great way to enhance this corner. You can also add porcelain bowls or pictures of mountains. Now, the traditional enhancer for love is always a pair of mandarin ducks, but you can also use an image of geese, because these will help attract love if you're single or you want to get a commitment, like an engagement. Okay, so now we're talking about the west sector. This is the sector of children, creativity, and projects. So if you are interested in having the luck of the children in your household, or even fertility, if you've had some fertility issues, this is the sector that is all about your kids and helping them. And it is, if it's missing, your kids may find it hard to be motivated, they may have difficulty reaching their goals, or maybe they're not as close with the family as you would like. This is especially true for the youngest daughter, because the youngest daughter is related to the west sector. And because it's a sector of creativity and projects, I mean, when we think about creation, children are a natural part of that. So it also relates to anything creative. So if you're an artist or you work with your hands or anything that you are trying to create, this is a sector that you want to enhance. If you're trying to get something off the ground, like a new business, the west sector really benefits from your attention here. Likewise, if you're an artist or a writer, the west is a great sector for you, as it helps stimulate those creative juices and gets you going on your projects. Anyone interested in getting pregnant should also pay particular attention to the west part of the living room and the bedroom, stimulating this area with rainbow colors, with lights, pictures of children. Earth elements are a really great thing to add to this corner, because it's a metal corner. But earth, if you think about, we go into the earth to mine metal. So metal is the element of the west sector, but earth enhances it. So you can add metal objects here. You can add TVs, fans, pendulum clocks, but you can also add earth objects like crystals or beautiful vases or anything made from earth. And you can also add anything made that's metallic. Anything colored white, gray, yellow, beige, silver. These are all great colors for this corner of the house. All right, so we have made our way all the way around. We've got one more sector to go. So I know it's an extra long episode of 5-Minute Feng Shui, but I'm so glad that you stayed with me because I want you to have a really good overview of all 8 corners, as well as how they can affect you and how you can benefit from them. And because you've stayed with me so long, I have something really special. So hang on to the end because I've got something for you. All right, let's talk about the northwest sector. This is called the heaven sector. It relates to the breadwinner of the household, which is usually a man, but not always. I know some very strong female entrepreneurs and business owners, and they're the head of the household when it comes to money. So it's not always a man. But in this instance, the northwest sector, this is the heaven location, the breadwinner, the man. It's also related to mentors and helpful people. These are the who you know people. Someone who makes introductions for you or helps you move ahead or mentors you in a corporate setting or a workplace or anywhere in life. Even if you're in AA, this could be your sponsor. So if you're looking for help and for people to come to your aid, this is always a great sector. Now, some people have told me when I've talked about some of the difficulties I've had in my life, because everybody gets them, even people in feng shui, and I always tell them, but here's the good thing is I have great heaven feng shui, because when I do have problems, and everyone will have problems, there's just, we don't get out of life without them. And what that means, though, is that if I do have problems, the right people are there for me. I get that the exact right person who's there at the right time, at the right place, and just when I need it. So this is a really great corner. When you need someone to help you out, you need to get ahead. The northwest corner is the one that does the heavy lifting there. It gives you the luck of mentors and gives you influence and guidance. It's also great for international business as well and international travel. And it's a really important sector to protect. Now, when this corner has problems, the man of the house may have difficulties with his health, his job, or his income, and life can be difficult. You may also find that it's hard to find a helping hand. The energies that deplete the northwest corner, for the most part, are kitchens, fireplaces, and bathrooms. Of these areas, though, where there's fire in this corner, this can bring sudden loss of the man or for the man. That means if you have a fireplace in this corner or a kitchen in this corner, it can mean that the man of the house could suffer from a heart attack, develop cancer, have job loss, he's fired, has bankruptcy, or is the victim of accidents. And these are just some of the things that can happen. So we really want to strengthen this important corner, especially if the man is the breadwinner in your home. It's important to strengthen this corner with earth and metal elements. This is the corner of big metal. And so you can put your filing cabinet in this corner of the house. You can put a big TV, something like that, big fans. These are all elements that relate to movement and heaven energy. And so, for instance, you can also add earth elements. So that would be big pictures of mountains. You can have pictures of, land objects or desert scenes. Anything that is related to earth or images of earth as well as metal are very important. So things like having vases, beautiful gemstones and crystals, all excellent ways to activate this corner. And it will bring luck to the man of the house and boost those helpful people in your life. And we all need those, right? Absolutely, we need those. Now, if you have a fireplace or a kitchen in this location, it's going to press down the luck. So you really want to activate the northwest corner of your living room, just like we talked about. All right, so there you have it, all 8 corners of feng shui luck. As always, I'm going to give you 3 tips to finish up our podcast today. The first one is always understand your facing direction. That means getting a regular camping compass that you can see exactly that it is 3 degrees north. It's 184 degrees south. You need to know exactly what those degrees are so that you can recognize, so that you can understand where each corner is in relationship to your front door, because that is really important that you understand the facing direction. And that's typically taken with a camping compass, like I mentioned earlier, where you stand at your front door and you look out toward the street. Now, that's presuming that your front door faces it's all flat and flush with your front door, with the front of your house. Now, if it's turned, it's on a different angle, then stand as you would in the middle of your house and outside, and point your compass toward the street. Now, typically most houses have doors that are on the front of the house that face the same direction, and you'll stand in that doorway with it open with your camping compass and find out exactly what corner or exactly what direction your home faces. Remember, we need to find out if it's southeast or south or whatever that is. So once you figure that out, then you can use the bagua, which is that octagon I talked about that you can lay on top of your home's diagram. It's really important that you draw a floor plan of your home, and that's tip number 2. You want to have a diagram of your home that's accurate. So use your builder plans. Maybe you have, some directions about, maybe it came when you bought it. You got a floor plan, but you can easily draw a scale using just the plot if you bought a house, or you can draw it yourself. Just measure it out on graph paper, and you will have an accurate diagram of your home. So we want to understand, right, what direction our house faces. We want to have a nice diagram of it. And we also want to make sure that you activate all 8 corners. Now, that means that you don't want to ignore any corner of the house. And if you can't, so for instance, if the corner of your house is a bedroom, we don't want to activate that with water or plants, right? So where do we activate? We activate the living room. So you can use the living room like a small image of your whole home. So you can activate those corners of your living room if you don't, say if you have a laundry room in your wealth corner. So you don't want to go activating your laundry room, you want to activate the wealth corner. So activate the southeast corner of your living room. All right, those are my 3 feng shui tips for you and on the 8 directions of luck. Now, as promised, I have a very special gift for you, and you don't have to do anything except go and click and download this. It is a free bagua for you, and it has a description of the lo shu square. It has a description of everything that you need to put in those corners so you know exactly what to put where. And I even have examples of houses and how we put the bagua, or I prefer to use the 9 tic-tac-toe kind of square. It's the same thing as a bagua. It's just in a square. So you can use that just as easily as a bagua. I find it easier, in fact. But you'll see both of those. And there's a bagua on there that you can download and print off on a transparency, and then you could just place it right over your home, and you'll have it where you can see it in an instant, at a glance, exactly where every corner is. I think it's a really huge help. So where do you get that? Here's where you need to write. It is you're going to go to URL tinyurl tinyurl.com/bagua8 BAGUA 8. I'm going to repeat that. tinyurl.com/bagua BAGUA 8. All right. And then let me know. Drop me a line. I'd love to hear from you. And let's keep in touch. I got another episode coming up that I think you're going to love. And it's all about the differences between classical and black hat feng shui. All right. I'll see you next time on 5 Minute Feng Shui. Thanks for listening today to 5 Minute Feng Shui. Be sure to join me on Facebook at facebook.com/Feng Shui Katie. And if you're really ready to move ahead quickly, head over to redlotusletter.com and sign up for my free 4-week e-course, 28 Days to Prosperity. You'll get daily lessons and tips on how to get unstuck and create financial flow in your life. Make it a fantastic day.